Hey guys, we're going to do 2016 divided by 96. Remember, the number that's inside the long division symbol is our dividend. That's the number we're dividing. The number we're dividing by, 96, is our divisor. The number up here, that's our answer to the division problem. That's going to be our quotient. So let's get started. I've been practicing with my kids that this number out here, I'm going to have an easier time being able to use this number if I estimate. So I'm thinking to myself, this number would be much happier and easier to use if I pretended it was 100. So I'm going to ask myself, can 96 go into 2? No, it cannot. Can 96 go into 20? No, it cannot. Can 96 go into 201? Yes, it can. So I'm going to pretend right now that 96 is 100. So 100 can go into about 200 2 times. So I'm going to try that out on the side of my paper. 96 times 2. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 more is 19. So this 2 is going to go right on top of this 1 here because 96 goes into 201 2 times. 2 times 96 is 192. I'm going to subtract. I can't do 1 minus 2, so I have to borrow, but I can't borrow from a 0. So I have to borrow from the 2. That becomes a 1. That can make this a 10, but I've got to borrow from that 10, so it's going to become a 9, and that makes this one an 11. 11 minus 2 is 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. Now I get to bring down my 6. How many times can 96 go into 96? Well, that's an easy one. 1 time. 1 times 96 is 96. Then I get to subtract. 96 minus 96 is 0. So once I have a 0 down here and there's nothing left to bring down, I have my quotient. 2016 divided by 96 is 21. My next problem is 572 divided by 11. So I'm going to think of this 11 as a 10, and I'm going to think of this 572 as just a 572 for now. So how many times can 11 go into 5? Well, no times, 0 times. 11 can go into 57, so if I'm thinking about this as a 10, I can count by my 10s, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so I could maybe guess a 5. Some of my students might guess 6, and that's okay. There's no way we could make a mistake on this because we're just going to be doing some extra multiplication over here on the side. So I'm going to do 11 times 5, and that's going to give me 55. If I had done a 6, like let me show you over here on the side, 11 times 6, I would have been over my 57. So, nope, that wouldn't work. So I have to use the 11 times 5 to get 55. So that 5 is going to come right over here, and I get 55. I'm going to subtract. 7 minus 5 is a 2. 5 minus 5 is 0. So I'm going to bring down my 2 right here. How many times can 11 go into 22? That's 2 times exactly, because I know 2 times 11 is 22. I'm going to subtract. There's nothing that I can bring down, and I have a 0 right here. So my quotient, or the answer to my division problem, is 52.